Good morning, Westeros!
And welcome to our Morning Throners podcast. I'm Nelson.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Kyle, and we're your Morning Throners.
And welcome back to another episode of your favorite Song of Ice and Fire podcast. We are your Morning Throners, and we got Cersei 9 on deck. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Right back at it.
Kyle, we got another Cersei. I faked you out.
Yeah, how'd you fake me out?
Well, the Cersei chapter, 3 chapters ago, is the one I told you. Like, hey, Kyle, we're getting towards the end. You might not see some of these characters again. I didn't really
feel
fake
like
you out. You didn't really go for it.
Yeah, this one I feel like we might even see her still again.
Cersei 10 in the future.
Cersei.
I don't know. It felt like it feels like this story isn't at kind of the same point that the other ones were, where they felt, I don't want to say done, but like
At a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Her taking Osney to the back wasn't the best conclusion.
Yeah, so what's the synopsis? Get the synopsis of this one in, and then get your general thoughts, I guess.
Giles died, right? That's like the main part of the beginning. And she's like taking it out on Pycelle. And then Taina talks to her for a little bit. I forget how. The gist of it is that she
had dinner with Taina and Orton.
That's what it was. Yeah. So then she tries to elevate Orton and the singer. She tries to elevate Orton to the hand, which was kind of a weird side plot. And then she takes the singer downstairs, force him to confess to like kind of her whole plan. So like she just like didn't even wait for any of that stuff to actually happen, which probably isn't going to work out for her. But yeah, and then they implicated a bunch of people. That's really kind of where it ends.
And then Osney gets payment.
Yeah. Cersei's done waiting for Osney to get the deal done himself. We're just going to say he did. Seems to be the plan. Right?
Yeah. Like I said, that seems like it's not ideal.
Pretty half-baked plan.
Yeah. I mean, even, I forget which, Osney? Is that the one
Osney is the one at the end. Osmond is here in the beginning.
Yeah, even he's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Like, yeah. This is this is some sketchy stuff. So
did you like it?
Yeah. So I guess the how I feel about the chapter, I don't know. This one, like, I know we like the Cersei ones, but kind of felt more of the same with her.
I have a lot of questions on this chapter.
We get a little bit of stuff, at least, kind of coming to a head, or that we get to see in the basement a little bit and things like that. But still, it just kind of felt more of the same. And it's like, all right, like, come on, Cersei, let's get to the part where that stuff happens.
She's still on the plan of trying to trap Marjorie, and she hasn't trapped Marjorie.
And everything is just like, here's a new plan, and that's the chapter. And then it's like, oh no, this happened, so now we have to change our plan, and then that's the chapter. And so that's kind of what this is. Even still, it's like, all right. Like, let's go. And
there's some weird things in here that I don't understand. It's weird because I feel like I don't even understand the plan fully. There's some things that kind of don't make sense.
I understand it all.
Okay.
I'll be able to answer it for you.
Well, we'll get to my issues as we get to the chapter. So
I didn't even read this chapter. Disclaimer: I had to listen to it today. Long day. So, but I actually was a decent chapter to listen to. It was kind of quick hitters, not detailed notes. I feel so.
Cersei's had these similar thing where she has like a bunch of short conversations as her chapters, like instead of like 3 main sections, a bunch of short things all over. So yeah, bring us in.
Let's jump in. All right, so Pycelle is there. He is down on his knees. That old man needed to get help up.
Old as fuck.
She's just questioning him. Not really even questioning him, just like blaming him for the death of Giles Rosby, our coffer.
This dude that's been visibly dying since book 1. Like,
he's finally coughed.
She's blaming him, and it's the whole, oh, he's been coughing forever. She kind of uses the opposite, right? Like, I don't know. It's like, obviously this dude has some not terminal, but some persisting illness or condition.
He probably had like what Walter White had, right? He had like lung cancer. He was coughing up. He was coughing up lung, literally.
Yeah, it is Walter White for sure.
And then she blames him.
Yeah. One of the funny things that Qyburn says is she's like accusing him. She's like, what did you do? How did he die? And he's like, trust me, I did everything I could to ease his passing. She's like, ease his passing? I feel like I commanded you like 3 days ago.
Keep him alive.
Didn't I? Like, to keep him alive at any means possible. Like, I don't want him passing. I don't care how much agony he's in. Keep that motherfucker alive. He's a seat in a chair is the main point, right? I don't care if we have a Lord Treasurer. He's just making it so the next Tyrell guy can't come in.
I like the list of people that she goes through then and blames their deaths on Pycelle as well. Like it's like everybody that's died in King's Landing. It's Pycelle's fault.
John Aaron,
Robb,
Tywin,
Joffrey,
Tywin's
Ned.
guts. Like,
You would have killed Ned if I didn't chop his head off.
Yeah.
The only one in here that he might have been able to save is actually John Aaron. But we'll get to some of that later. See, we did kind of hear that he was basically, he thought that Cersei poisoned John Aaron, and he was basically keeping John Aaron sick when the other Maester was trying to save him because he thought that's what Cersei wanted. Well, it's more complicated because it is probably what Cersei wanted, but we know now that Cersei didn't actually poison him. It was Lysa that poisoned him on behalf of Littlefinger, right? Like we learned all that at the end of the Storm of Swords. So it's kind of funny seeing this dynamic. Like,
Kyle's thinking there? Do you remember?
You know what
that,
I'm
Kyle?
saying? Like Pycelle clearly,
but
kept John sick on behalf of Cersei. Did Cersei not, like, once he was poisoned, she was like, I don't care why he's poisoned, and she was giving Pycelle eyes, like, you better not have, you know what I mean? Like, she might have been still giving him eyes, like, you better keep him sick or whatever.
I just don't remember the Pycelle part of that. That's on me.
Tyrion basically came in when he put him in the black cells, and
when he cut his beard and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just doing what she asked.
He's like, the other Maester was trying to help, but the Queen, she never said anything, but she gave me these looks. I knew she needed him to not get better, basically. Okay. Like, yeah. He pretty much straight up confessed to this one, and he alludes to it later on, even in this.
She probably did. Like, she probably was giving him those looks. Let's be real. This is Cersei.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing she's just grilling him about is like why he's serving Marjorie so hard. Like, why are you in her room all the time? Why are you doing X, Y, and Z with her?
Because you fucking hate me, lady. That's what he should have said. Like, obviously you don't want me around. Like, every time I'm in here, you're just extremely evil to me.
Go where you're nice. Yeah, go where you're wanted.
Like, why would I be with you?
The one short thing we did jump over is when Pycelle's like, he's like, I've always served the king. And she's like, was it serving the king when you opened the doors for Tywin when Aerys was on the throne? Like, no, it wasn't. But like, his answer is, but I was serving like the Lannisters, which is like, that's you still.
But then she makes the line too, like you're there to serve the Grand Maester's supposed to serve the realm, not even like that's almost like what Varys would always say is like I do what's best for the realm is almost how Pycelle should have been acting. Like I can act away from the king. Like I'll maybe give him the counsel, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever I think is best, which is strange, separate, difference. I think.
I was gonna say, I think like you can also be wrong, right? Like he can give counsel and be wrong occasionally. Like, he couldn't have been the only person that thought opening the gate was okay.
I think it's implied that he was saying open the gate not because he thought it would go well for Aerys, because he was more on Tywin's side. Here, Cersei's just using that as like when he uses Pycelle is just using the exception. She's like, I'm just doing I'm serving the realm. That's my job. And she's like, well, did you serve the realm in this case? And it's just a funny case because Cersei's family is the one that greatly benefited from him not serving the realm then.
So the reason she's standing here today is that,
But to be fair to Cersei, I think the implication is you could be doing the same now with the Tyrells, right? You could be abandoning Lannisters now and not serving the realm. And again, I don't believe this, but I think this is her implication that, yes, the example I'm using is when you didn't serve the realm, you served our family, but you could do it with any family.
But back to the point of, if his decision process is always just to serve the realm the best and not the throne, then he can make whatever decision he wants, right? Like if he's saying Aerys is going downhill, like, all right, Lannisters, you're in. And right now, if he's like, damn, Lannisters are screwing this thing up, like, I need to serve the realm again and get the Tyrells in place. If that's it, Cersei's the one that said that was his job, right? So if that's his job, he's actually maybe doing a good job. Who knows? I guess that's opinion-based.
Yeah, I think in this case, we do have, like, I don't have it off the top of my head either, but I think we have like a few times where it's like implied that Pycelle was basically an inside man for the Lannisters in that case.
Well,
we heard that Varys was advising Aerys, like, do not open the door for Tywin. He is not your friend. And Pycelle was like, no, he's definitely going to come in and be on our side. Like, trust me. And he ended up going with Pycelle, right? So, and they come and
I'm not saying he wasn't a pocketed man. He definitely was acting like until probably Tyrion. I mean, even when Tyrion screwed him and Cersei brought him back out of the cellar, like he was definitely still a Cersei man. So
even up till now, I've been arguing that Pycelle, even though it's not what Cersei wants to hear, he's been giving some of the best counsel to her all book. So it's like he still wants you to succeed. It might not be what you want to hear, but that's because Cersei is very selective about what she wants to hear.
She doesn't want anybody. She doesn't want any yes. She wants all yes men, and Pycelle wasn't doing that. So all right, move on. Why are you serving Marjorie? Oh, sorry, Carl. Go ahead.
Oh no, I guess it's after this. You're good.
All right. why are you serving Marjorie? What are you doing down there? Why do you go to her so much? And he gives the I'm helping her get through the Loras dilemma.
Sleeping draughts and other potions is the first answer, for the Loras
Other
thing.
potions. He threw the other potions right out there, which did that raise your eyebrow, Kyle, at all?
I mean, I don't know what that means. Like I did, well, I still don't really understand the moon. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's like a what's going on here, right? Like,
yeah. Well, you don't know what moon tea is?
Now I'm trying to wonder if we've heard it before. I'm searching real quick.
I don't know. No.
Can you imply?
There's definitely an implication later from something Cersei says. But.
Yeah. From later, it sounds like is it a contraceptive tea?
Plan B tea, I think is
Plan B tea,
or I guess contraceptive. All Cersei really says is it's used on maiden. Only maidens have a need for it.
I would consider it a Plan B tea. Like I don't.
At one point, John's talking to Ygritte. John's talking to
Tormund
about why he doesn't want to be with Ygritte, and he's like, "Well, if you get her pregnant, she'll just go to some woods and get a cup of moon tea." We've heard it in like a few offhand comments like that, where it's like,
haven't we heard a different? We definitely heard a different name. I know we have. I don't know if you want to say it or not. No.
Lysa says, I gave you my maiden's gift. I would have given you a son too, but they murdered him with moon tea, with tansy and mint and wormwood and a spoon of honey. Yeah. So we've heard tansy a lot. That was kind of like a mystery of what does tansy mean. Lysa was saying this to Peter. Okay. I think it was right before he pushes her out the door.
If you go back to Hoster Tully was saying tansy in his sleep a lot.
Exactly.
And it goes back to the Lysa storyline.
That's right. Yeah.
And on his deathbed, he's guilty about killing Lysa's unborn baby, basically. Yeah.
And whose baby was that? It's been so long.
She's saying in that quote that I just read, it's Littlefinger's. She's like, I gave you my maidenhood. I would have given you a son too, if not for the tansy. But we've heard moon tea. We have heard a few times in passing as like, oh, you go drink a cup of moon tea if you don't want to have a baby, basically. Yeah.
So she kind of grinds on him a little bit, like, why would she need moon tea? Like, what's going on down there? But I don't think
before that is we got the weird thing that he said that kind of we already went into it, but this is where he goes into I serve the crown, the realm, and House Lannister.
Yeah.
Which is really that one I had to like reread a few times that it was like House Lannister. Like, why would you? I mean, I guess that's also just kind of who she is. She expects that out of the government. These people, they should all be serving House Lannister as well as the crown, right? Because they're the one and the same to her.
Yeah, so it's a long chapter. We don't have to go the whole way deep. I think there's some implications that Pycelle and Tywin had some connections from a long time ago, right? Pycelle said a few chapters ago, remember I was joking, Pycelle got called into Cersei's bedroom at like 4 a.m. just for her to call him old and be like, how old are you? Literally the first thing she said to him, and he's like, well, I started reigning under Egg, basically. So he's been here since Egg. So he was around when Tywin was hand the first time. I think the implication is they became buddy-buddy, and it became like a thing where Tywin has more say to Pycelle than the king does. That was true even after Tywin is no longer hand. He brings the army to the front door. That's part of why the door is getting opened. So there is kind of this loyalty to Lannister above the crown and realm, even though I think that's kind of the main fandom thought behind Pycelle.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of the point of this quote here. And Cersei here, she's like, she questions the order, right? Like Lannister should be first, or I think is kind of the implication or something like that.
Which is not something you want your queen to say.
Well, Cersei's all three of these right now, so it doesn't really matter. But
it does. Yeah. It does matter.
The other thing is when she's asking him, why are you always with Marjorie? The one thing she kind of jokingly questions about it, like, are you courting the pox-faced septa or diddling little Lady Bulwer?
How about the diddle drop?
I bring this up because diddle is a great word that Jeff and I love using. The word, we don't love diddling normally has bad implications.
The diddler.
And I bring it up here because Lady Bulwer, do you guys remember anything about Lady Bulwer?
No, I don't remember her at all.
She's like an 8-year-old girl that like kind of, she's like the youngest of Marjorie's little.
8?
8.
8-year-old septa?
No, there's two. So he's like, are you courting the pox-faced septa or are you diddling little Lady Bulwer?
Okay. Well, now it makes sense why it's diddling.
Exactly. There's kind of an implication normally there.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, the implication is in this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I was obeying. I'm just listening to the queen. And he's like, I'm the fucking queen. She's like, well, I just meant he's the king's wife. He's like, I know you fucking. That was a funny line too. It's like, well, technically, like king's wife. We have to use these technicalities now. Can't you call her the queen in front of Cersei? But yeah, we get into. I guess the last thing before we get into that, Jeff. Sorry, is the.
That's all right. I don't have detailed notes, so I kind of have the bullets.
Gotcha. The other thing is the mention of Jon Arryn. My notes say he starts begging and reminding her that he was always loyal to Tywin and loyal to her with the matter about Jon Arryn. And I put in my notes, he assumes that she poisoned him, and he was basically helping that along.
Yeah, yeah, I think that makes sense. But why wouldn't Cersei say anything about it? Why wouldn't she just shut it down? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. She just goes back to commanding. I don't care. Tell me about the...
Why does Marjorie send for you? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he comes out with the moon tea. Yep.
Yeah. After that, I don't know. We've talked about Marjorie and her, what's going on down there, I think, a lot more. So
The plan.
Well, so I think this is a big question.
What question?
Cersei's whole plan is we got to frame Marjorie because Marjorie's not actually doing it. But here,
Sure.
Pycelle, is Pycelle only saying this because it's what Cersei wants to hear? Like, is that how you guys read this?
Here's the question I have, I guess, is there any other reason to take moon tea, right? Like, does it settle the cramps if you have a period or something like that, right? Like, where, sure, maybe it does do this plan B thing, but there's also an added use for it that we just haven't heard of type of thing. But
I think that's very possible because the way this whole conversation, Cersei keeps cutting Pycelle off. And here he says moon tea for, and then it goes ... and Cersei jumps in. I know what moon tea's for.
Yeah.
Right. And then later she does think to herself, there's no one has any use for moon tea except for maidens, like something along those lines. So because I'm thinking the same thing you are, Jeff, like moon tea for kind of implies it could be for something else. I think the other way you could read this is for someone else. Was Marjorie
That's
asking,
what I was going to say. Is I thought that, it doesn't seem like it's Marjorie, but that it would be maybe for somebody else. And it could almost even be for Taina. Isn't she friends with Marjorie, right?
Yeah, she's down there every now and again.
So she could potentially be playing Marjorie and Cersei here with this one play.
Oh, so Tiana's on her own side. She's saying, hey, Marjorie, I was sleeping with somebody. I'm pregnant. It's not my husband's. I really need a favor. I can't be seen doing it. Just tell Pycelle it's for one of your ladies and he won't ask any more questions or...
Yeah, you're the queen and like this is sworn to secrecy kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of...
And the reason Tiana's doing this is so that Cersei will hear moon tea from Pycelle and jump all over it and...
Yeah, it gives it
Cersei's
kind of...
plan.
Jump into the
which
plan.
somehow is Taina's plan as well. I mean, obviously she gets elevated here.
Ooh.
Essentially after this.
I like this.
Oh, we're rolling in the deep now.
I really like this. This is the great part about getting fresh eyes on the series, and now we're getting towards the end where like...
I was going to say, this felt like a spoiler conversation already, which might be a spoiler for the fact that we don't get another Cersei chapter in the book here, but this felt like Nelson was dropping stuff, and I'm like, this feels like a different podcast now. This is probably post-spoiler usually.
I mean, I don't know.
It's good. No, we're here. Yeah. No, but now we're at the part where that's what it is. Yeah.
Because I'm so deep in the fandom that it's hard for me to think outside. Like, but there might be like 4 accepted theories or like theories that people argue about mainly. And like, I'll tell you, I've never heard of that one. I bet you that one is out there somewhere. People propose everything at this point. But I do.
That's a Kyle. That's a Kyle original. Stop trying to steal it from him.
Kyle original.
I didn't Google it that much. I can tell you.
Yeah. So cool. Jeff, did you have anything to say on that? Because it is weird, right? That Pycelle says moon tea.
For sure. No, I mean, that's the one question I have is that, I mean, there's probably every medicine that we've really heard about to this point has a different effect depending on how much you take, right? And I also truly believe that it could be for another person. Yeah. Like there's a lot of flirting the cousins and the knights and they're down there and, you know, they got some hormones flying. Like they're going to have some fun.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess the weird thing though is why would they have her ask? And that I even just brought that up myself kind of when I was going through there. But like, why would they pick her as to be the one to get the moon tea? Is she the only one with access to Pycelle like this?
Well, the other thing that's weird is they have their own maester. There's a Tyrell maester that is around. We heard in the last Cersei chapter, Marjorie sent her own maester off to Loras.
Yeah.
But that was after Loras got hurt. We hear Pycelle's been visiting Marjorie from before Loras. Mm-hmm. So if he's been going to her before Loras, to me, it could be like I don't want to go to the family doctor who might talk to Dad about how I'm getting moon tea. Yeah. So
it's just a rumor type of thing. Like I believe the family doctor thing versus like maybe she has Pycelle in the pocket on the payroll now. Like, look, I'm giving you X. Like you can't say Y.
Yeah,
it's fair.
Because I will say one of the fandom thoughts is maybe one of the cousins maybe it is just for one of the cousins. And basically everything Kyle said, or not all the trickery with Taina, but everything we just said is, you don't want to go to your family one because you don't want to have it found out that one of the cousins is taken.
Ruin
so you
your
go to
dowry.
Pycelle, you don't give a name, you know what I mean? Apparently, he also mentions at some point he has like a doctor-patient confidentiality. He's like, I can't tell my oath. Yeah. And Cersei's like, I'm going to literally chain you up if you don't tell me. He's like, so...
So we move on to the issue of Rosby not having an heir, and he's left us with a castle and a safe full of money, it seems.
Who's his ward?
We've never heard. We have heard of his ward a few times. They don't seem to like the Stokeworth. Stokeworth had to pass through here one time, and they're like, no, fuck you. You're not allowed to stay here.
Well, you can't give it to that guy because he's a hostage.
Huh?
Can't give it to the ward. He's a hostage. He doesn't deserve it.
Some wards are hostages. Guile seems to like this guy.
Oh, okay.
There are theories about who the ward is. I don't think we should get into it now. Maybe I'll mention a little bit in the spoiler section.
That's fair.
But it doesn't really matter. Just we're going long already.
Yeah. He doesn't have anything, so Cersei's like, well, he can give it all to Tommen. And then maybe...
How nice of him. Yeah.
Maybe I'll give Arain Waters the castle because he kind of needs a seat to uphold his council title.
Yeah, Cersei's like, hey, Pycelle, it's a good thing that Giles told you on his dying wish.
Remember? Yeah.
That he wants to give it to us, not to his ward, right? And Pycelle's like, well, the ward, he did like the ward. And he's like, I'm sure the ward will understand when you tell him it was his dying wish that he told you. It's like,
yeah.
That's just like, again, Pycelle doesn't seem to be a great guy, but like, I don't know. He seems to be at least trying to do his best by Rosby. And here he's just got to kind of betray his whole.
He knows what's going to happen if he would, go against. He's going down to the Black Cells again, which he says he can't do. So he leaves. Taina's still there, and she's like, why would Marjorie be so foolish to ask for Moon Tea? Like, everybody would know that would get out, and we would speculate.
I feel like some of the stuff that Taina says here is like kind of makes me think Kyle's theory even more. Like, she has like weird comments on everything that it seemed like kind of pointed at like the perfect time when Cersei's like, what does this mean? And Taina's like, this is risky. Why would she do this?
Yeah.
Right? But if she's the one behind it, then it kind of... This is one of the steps that I was thinking. I feel like I'm one of the few people that I want Winds of Winter, not because of what's in Winds of Winter. I want Winds of Winter because I feel like when I reread Feast of Crows after I read Winds of Winter, chapters like this, and I feel like I've said this a million times, are just kind of make so much sense, right? When we find out what is the deal with the Moon Tea, like, there's going to be like a ton of like light bulb moments
clarity,
on the reread of this chapter, I feel like. So, but yeah.
Yep, so Cersei goes to a round of thinking about how Marjorie's guilty and all the effects of that within the Tyrell family, but she's also worried about losing the Tyrells because she needs them for now. So I don't know if there's more details on it than that, Nels, but
it's weird. So it seems like the thought at the moment is, okay, we have enough proof. Like, we have the speculation enough. They don't, and they kind of end up on that point. But here Cersei's like, okay, well, Marjorie's guilty. We need a headsman. And Osmond's like, I'll do it. And it seems like they're about to be like, okay, yep, let's take care of it. You know what I mean? Yep. And Taina's like, whoa. Like, there's armies around. You're really just going to go and kill Marjorie on the idea that she got Moon Tea? Like, I don't think that's going to sit well with these armies. And Cersei's like, you're right. We need proof.
Yeah. Well, they're not even like, I think they say a couple times like, oh, how they'll be watching her trial and whatnot. So they're still going to go through like the law process of it all.
I don't think yet. Not till after Taina says, I don't think you could just, like, Taina says, like, these armies aren't going to go well. And then I think that's when Cersei's like, okay, yeah, we should have a trial. We'll need proof and stuff.
If we do get a trial, that's going to be, all right, Pycelle, get up there. Like, why is she taking Moon Tea? Well, it's because she has headaches, and that helps with a very small dose. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to say that, though, because he's pooping his pants already, man. Like, that's the problem is, like, nobody wants to tell her the truth, or everybody's afraid of her, so the truth is no longer a thing. It's kind of, it's the scary part of dictatorships and stuff, right?
Well, like, two thoughts on that. I think Pycelle will probably sing whatever song Cersei wants if he goes after the Blue Bard. The Blue Bard shows up with one eye and no teeth. I saw that guy with two eyes and all his teeth like 2 days ago.
And one nipple.
And now he's just yeah, exactly. And then Pycelle goes, he might be like, okay, yeah, you know what I mean? Say what Cersei says. The other thing is, how credible is that witness, though? Like, isn't it kind of obvious that this guy that everyone saw walking around
is now
beat the shit out of teeth? Yeah, exactly. Like, how credible is that?
Yeah.
I mean, so here's the thing, Jeff. You thought they'd still go through with the trial and all that, but the first thing, like pretty much the first thing she says about it is, I suppose I shall need to find a new King's Justice to snick her head off. Like, she's right to just like, she's getting executed.
Well, sure, but I think she's also like, yep, she's guilty. Like, she'll be guilty at the end, which maybe she's not, but I guess Ned never got a trial. He just got his head chopped off, so. Yeah,
the one thing Cersei says in here, she's like, I hope Lady Olenna lives long enough to see the trial. So I guess that does imply that that is before the King's Justice thing. So to Jeff's point, she is thinking that there will be a trial. She's like, I hope Lady Olenna sees it.
I'm back.
Again, it just tells you how much, like, Lady Olenna just lives rent free in the back of Cersei's mind. Like, she has nothing to do with this, and just like,
Well,
I hope she
blames her. She says, by insisting Tommen and Marjorie be wed at once, Lady Olenna condemned this. It's her fault this is happening.
It's true. It's funny how there's a few times in the chapter where she like kind of assigns blame to someone else in like absolutely absurd way.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, the army. She basically says that we can't piss, like Jeff said, we can't piss off the Tyrells at least until Stannis is dealt with. We need Mace till then, and we need
more proof than Moon Tea. We need more proof than the Moon Tea. So what's going on? Like, we got all eyes on her at all time. Like, people are watching the door. We got ears listening inside. Why don't we know who her lover is? Why haven't we caught her yet? What's the piece? What's going on?
This is one of my other questions. I feel like sometimes Cersei thinks and talks as if she thinks it's true. So, like, yeah, we have this whole plan to set it up, but she actually thinks it's true also. She just can't prove it yet, and she wants to kind of speed this along.
This is kind of what happens when you go crazy. I think she's so high on her own supply. She's believing, like, her own stories, and, like...
I think the other part of it is she's a twice married woman, which maybe she didn't get much of a marriage with Joffrey because he died at the wedding, but... You know, she was married to Renly a while.
Thrice married now.
Thrice married, yeah. You're right, Nelson.
What did I say?
I thought I said no. You said twice, but you were both right. You meant Joffrey and
I meant Joffrey and Renly. Yeah. I'm not throwing Tom. Tom is still playing with his kittens. Let's keep him at the breakfast table.
Yeah.
So I think that, and also just like I don't know, maybe she thought like Cersei was definitely doing the deed well before she was married, right? So she's like, oh, well, she's got to be, if she's anything like me, she's got to be out there.
And that's what she does with everything, right? Like, that's her whole thing. It's like, oh, this person's scheming because of this. This person's scheming. They have to be scheming. There has to be a scheme here.
Yeah.
So
the one thing that Marjorie seems to do to kind of like make it impossible to prove is she's just never alone. At least never alone with men. Like, she's alone with her cousin sometimes, but they say like if she is ever alone, if there is ever a night around, at least her septa or one of the cousins around. So there's just like never alone time. And this is pretty much what Osney said before. He's like, Cersei made him Tommen's personal guard so he could get closer. He's like, I'm just never alone with her. Like, her cousins are always there or somebody else. So I'm guessing this is like probably a highborn lady thing in medieval times for a reason. Partially probably for their own protection.
Protection? Right? Probably. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Rumor protection, just actual protection.
Yeah. And for their own protection, so that in case they are promiscuous themselves. But yeah, I was mainly thinking, I'm like, you have a male alone with a highborn lady, right? It's not going to go well sometimes.
Yeah, and then the next rumor is like, are the cousins a part of it? Like, are they are they watching, or are they just like sworn to secrecy about it? Like, what's going on with these three cousins? They got to be doing something.
She's so crazy to believe that like everybody is involved, and like these little kids. Like the one's 8 or whatever, like these people are involved in this whole scheme of like trying to play her Cersei, like these kids have no fucking clue that this stuff is going on like this. They're just chilling in court, right? Like they're just having fun being kids.
Yeah. And it seems to me like when she has that thought of like, oh, why can't we blame this on Marjorie? Why can't we figure out how to spin this? Oh, it's because they're involved. Then her next thought is, this is happening now. Like, we're having a dinner. Call the musician. Get like call Qyburn up. We're having a meeting. Like she literally, there's a thought. It's like this. We want this to happen as soon as possible. And it's like right after she has. It's like as soon as she sees a possibility, like a way
action.
She's
action is being made for sure. Did Osmond stay here again? I was listening to the chapter. Did she tell Osmond she had some business with him? And like he stayed.
That's what I'm saying. At the end, she's like, Osmond, you stay. Yeah, she's like, Taina, go get your husband. We're having dinner. Go get him. And I want some music. Wink, wink. And she says like Taina understood. And he says, tell your husband to get the music. I point that out because her husband's making some weird faces at dinner.
Yeah, he's kind of eyeing him up a lot, right? Like
yeah.
So let's get into dinner.
But yeah, what she says is, Sir Osmond, you may remain. We have much and more to discuss. I shall have need of Qyburn too. So I thought that was weird at first. Like, Qyburn maybe saying, like, hey, prepare a cell for Blue Bard. We'll be down in 20 minutes type thing. But, like, what?
Get your tools ready.
It seems like there's some type of, like, again, she hatched a plot and she's spelling out stuff with people. I don't know what Osmond's part is, I guess. So, thought it was a weird line.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't really think too much into that, honestly.
So, what kind of got my eye raised was, like, is she trying to get a diddle session with Osmond.
Who knows?
I don't know. That was just like my vibe. Like, all right, everybody get out. Osmond, stay here.
She does say get Qyburn too.
But like, okay, like, oh, we'll go get Qyburn. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But,
yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we have dinner. She wanted boar. They didn't have it, so they had to kill a pig. I thought it was interesting that it was a boar just because the boar killed Robert, and it made me think of like she's preparing for success here, right? Like boar plan worked. Like, oh, this is gonna work. Let's get boar. Like that's her kind of like
her lucky meal for sure.
Yeah.
And I think she did mention that ever since Robert got killed by a boar is like one of her favorite.
Just tastes better.
Yeah.
Orton was drinking pretty heavily, and this is like he was glancing like daggers at the blue bard.
It's a weird line. So I have the that's not how I read it. I don't know. I'll read it here. I have the line.
Okay. Again, I didn't read it. So
Taina was eating herself a lot of food. Taina was eating all the food. Not so Orton Merriweather, whose round face remained blotched and pale from broth to cheese. He drank heavily and kept stealing glances at the singer. He said he was pale face.
Oh, you think...
I thought he was afraid or nervous.
Oh.
Stealing glances typically means that like you're checking
You're trying to check them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing is when Cersei tells Taina to like set the dinner up, she says, prepare music and tell your husband to get the musician, but she never says who. So to me, I'm thinking that Taina and Orton had some conversation before here where Orton is somewhat aware of what's about to happen. Right? Like, hey, this is the singer who's always singing for Marjorie. Who knows? Taina's probably like, who knows what Cersei's going to do, but it's probably not going to end well for this guy. She said she wanted the Lord Justiciar at dinner, which means there's probably some laws being ruled out. So just be ready. And so he's probably just like, who the fuck knows? Is she gonna shoot him with a crossbow at any second, or you know what I mean? Like that's probably that's my thought.
Okay, so you're not negating like that's not stealing glances in that aspect. Then you're looking at it in a way of like he knows the plan that's about to happen, and so he's like nervously giving away the plan if somebody would notice.
I think he knows something's gonna happen, but he doesn't know what. So he's nervously
what's
about to happen.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. I like that take. Yeah.
All right. Well, they get into cut the small talk. Let's just get right into business here. Man, Rosby's dead. Got to replace him. Who should it be?
Yeah, I just feel bad for Rosby. Like, there's no like, oh, we'll never see his like again, or it's just literally like, oh, he's dead. Thank God, no more coughing. Okay, who's next?
We need a new person.
Yeah, we'll make Harry's master of coin. Even though remember Cersei said there's no more masters. That's why she has Lord Treasurer and Lord Admiral. She's reforming those people. She's such a prick. But she's like, okay, who's the new Lord Treasurer? Lord Harry's. And Osmond's like, wait, he's the hand. And we need a stronger
Can't
hand.
do both.
And he's like, who? He's like, you. It's in your blood. Your grandpa was hand to Aerys after Tywin. She thinks to herself that was like a donkey following a destrier, but whatever. He was an old man. You're a young man. And really, I'm electing you because your wife is badass. So she doesn't say all this. A lot of this is in thoughts.
And you're a my side guy, right? You're not, because Pycelle said the name Garth the Gross, right? Or Garth the whatever earlier. That he's like that guy was like knocking on the door to get in, and which is basically like, look, I need more of my people on this side. And it doesn't hurt that Taina is my friend.
And the other thing is, Jenna Lannister recently told Jaime that Owen Merriweather, Orton's grandfather, Tywin called him the Chuckler, because all he did was like sit around and chuckle at all of Aerys' like bad jokes. So he was kind of just like a yes man, which I think we said at the time seems similar to what we've seen from his grandson. But yeah, he's getting elected because Cersei likes his wife. She even says that. Like, I wish I could make your wife hand. She doesn't say it, but she thinks I wish I could make your wife
But hand. Oren does accept. He's ready for the job.
Yep.
And also the Blue Bard, the singer, he needs a reward too.
Yeah, so I have some of these as quotes. So after Orton agrees to serve, she says, "You have served ably as my justiciar, my lord, and will continue to do so through these trying times ahead." When she saw that Merriweather had grasped her meaning, the queen turned to smile at the singer. "And you must be rewarded as well for all the sweet songs you have played for us while we ate." So I think this is a weird line again, just because she says, "And you will continue to do so through these trying times ahead." When she saw that Merriweather had grasped her meaning, she turned towards the singer. So I think there's an implication like trying times ahead means like right now in this room, it's about to happen. Oh. But again, my thought is Orton still doesn't know what's about to happen. So he's like, oh fuck, like it almost probably makes him pucker up even more. You know what I mean? Like,
You're probably right. Yeah.
What did I just sign up for as this lady's hand?
Yeah, there was just a few like that's why I feel like I have a lot of like half paragraph quotes. There's things that like I don't quite understand how to read it. That was one of them. He's trying times ahead, and he grasps the meaning, but like he clearly isn't 100% on board with what's happening here. Not even on board in like agreement, just like even knowing. It seems like he doesn't even know what's going to happen.
He's trying to piece it together.
Right, yeah. So Singer basically says, "Thank you. I'm called the Blue Bard," and then read the description of the Blue Bard, Kyle.
The singer's boots were supple blue calfskin, his breeches fine blue wool. The tunic he wore was pale blue silk slashed with shiny blue satin. He had even gone so far as to dye his hair blue in the Tyroshi fashion. Long and curly, it fell to his shoulders and smelled as if it had been washed in rose water. From blue roses, no doubt. At least his teeth are white. They were good teeth, not the least bit crooked.
Yep. So I think this is a cool description of this guy, especially when you know, like, one of the main things that gets fucked up on him and later is his teeth. At least that's what she's pointing out. So I don't know.
Wonder how his nipples were before.
You were wondering about his nipples, Jeff? Is that what you said?
There's just a lot of nipple talk. There's a lot of nipple. George likes a nipple.
Yeah, that's true. She asks if he has a real name, and he says, "Yeah, Watt is a good name for a plowboy, but not for a singer."
Have we heard of Watt before?
Yeah, Watt. Watt was in the Sworn Sword Duncan Egg book. That was like there were 7 Watts, so they named him Barleycorn Melon.
Yeah.
But there was still 2 melons, so they call it. You know what I mean? That Watt was the name of all the small folk.
I recall.
But yeah, the other thing. Then we get one last line of a description of him. The Blue Bard's eyes were the same color as Robert's. For that alone, she hated him. Is the Blue Bard a bastard?
No, come on, we can't be doing this.
Hey, Brienne jumped to this conclusion last chapter. We were all
And
all about it
that
when Brienne did it.
No, I said it was a little hasty that she jumped into that. I think it was a couple chapters ago, by the way.
I was going to bring it up later, but I'll say it now. His hair is dyed blue in the Tyroshi fashion, so you can't tell his hair color, but she does say he has some coarse pubic hair.
His pubes, yeah.
All right, he's a Baratheon.
He's a Baratheon.
Just another Baratheon.
His penis looked exactly like Robert's. That's what Nelson wanted to say.
The thing that actually made me think about that is here coming up when she basically like, get this guy out of here, take him to the dungeons. He's like, "Mother have mercy," and she's like, "I'm not your mother." And I'm like, "Ooh, but who's your father? Bastard. Who is your mother? Bastard. Robert. Blue eyes."
You're pulling at straws here. Every blue-eyed kid is a Baratheon.
Well, and she does this a lot because that was like the whole Rain Waters thing, right? And he has the same eyes as Rhaegar. And like that's like her thing is to just say, "Oh, the eyes are exactly the same as this other person's eyes."
So I did jump the gun a little bit. A few things in here. She's like, "Can I see your loot?" He becomes uneasy. She plucks the string, and then she just
smashes it on his face.
Yeah. Again, the wording is kind of funny. He's like, she compliments him. He says, "Her grace is kind." She says, "I give her pleasure," talking about Marjorie. And she's like, "Oh, I'm certain of it. Might I see your loot? If it please your grace." Beneath the courtesy, there was a faint hint of ease, but he handed the loot all the same. One does not refuse the queen's request. So she plucked a string and smiled at the sound. Sweet and sad as love. Tell me, Watt, the first time you took Marjorie to bed, was that before she wed my son, or after? For a moment, he did not seem to understand. When he did, his eyes grew large. Your grace has been misinformed. I swear to you, I never. Liar! Cersei smashed the loot across the singer's face so hard that the painted wood exploded into shards and splinters. Lord Orton, summon my guards and take this creature to the dungeons. And then again, we hear Orton, his face was damp with fear. Infamy. He dared seduce the queen? So like maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe Tiana told him at least that much was part of the plan.
Or she's kicking him under the table. That's what infamy.
Maybe, yeah,
she's elbowing him like, motherfucker, like plan's going. I mean, I guess she probably was like, "You'll know when you need to speak up," and it's like, "Oh, this is when."
Gotcha. Yeah.
No, but yeah.
And Cersei's like, "No, you have it backwards. He didn't seduce the queen. The queen seduced her. All the same, it's treason. Take him to the dungeons."
Queen seduced him. You said her.
Yeah. Sorry, did I say it backwards again?
You just said the queen seduced her.
Oh, yeah. Queen seduced him. Yep. Now we're down in the Black Cells, Qyburn's stomping grounds.
Let's go watch Qyburn beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. This part was like
pretty brutal.
I'm interested in what he's doing, but I didn't really want to be here for this one.
So let's just can we summarize all Qyburn's tactics and get to the meat of like what they're trying to do in this interrogation?
Well, so the first thing that confused me on the listen, but I understood on the read, is he's fucked up just from the trip down here. By the time he's down here, his teeth are all fucked up and he's all bloody. Like,
well, he had smashed in the face with a guitar.
Yeah, but she
He's
says
probably also fighting the guardsmen, like as they were pulling him down, would be my guess.
Yeah, I guess my point is Cersei was saying he still persisted after his teeth were shattered and blah, 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 blah. And then it goes into Qyburn apologizing. He's like, hey, I'm sorry the guards were rough. So, like, to me, the implication is Qyburn hasn't even started with this guy. And he's already bloody and he's pissed himself 3 times. Teeth are broken, bloody, and he's pissed himself 3 times. And he hasn't even, Qyburn hasn't even started.
I mean,
yet.
even if he didn't get beat up, right? Like, what he's being accused of right now is treason. You know, like he's facing death, right? So it's not even that I'm getting the beating of a lifetime. I'm also going to get my head chopped off and put on a stake on the wall.
Yep. Dude was just living his best life, right? Like,
just
I mean, he
songs.
really hasn't done anything wrong. He seemed pretty sincere and all that stuff. Let's get to that part. I don't think we actually talked about that. I don't think he's doing anything with Marjorie. He didn't seem to ever have any like that. That doesn't seem like who he is.
I think it's a pretty big. When I was just listening, a pretty big switch up of like, I'm innocent. I promise. Like he went through the biggest beating of his life, and then he realized like it's never gonna stop unless I give her what she wants.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then okay, yes, I did it. Oh wait, actually, these people did it too.
Exactly.
Oh wait,
because they made sure to point that out, Jeff. Well. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, we don't like that these 2 people did it, so remove them from your list. And he's like, oh yeah, what was I thinking?
Right,
right.
Like, they weren't there. I was under the bed. Like,
yeah.
I agree with with everything you guys just said. That I don't think the Blue Bar did it, but I think the problem is if the Blue Bar did it. If he had confessed to that, that's death.
He's already death here. Like, this is already death.
Sure, but my point is, I guess like what I was just saying, the moment before Qyburn has got hands on, like, yeah, maybe you would take a rough ass beating and keep that shit to yourself, because if you say the truth, then you're fucked. I agree that by the time he's missing eyes and shit by the end, the truth would come out. And the fact that he just changes his story to agree with whatever the fuck Cersei says also probably discredits a lot of it. But I think there is this whole problem of like, if I just ask Jeff, like, hey, did you do this thing? Just because I'm right isn't meaning he's going to say yes, right? Sometimes you do have to apply some and I'm not saying torture is okay, but like...
Well, let's just say...
Nelson with the shit takes. Sometimes...
No, I'm just saying it's hard to tell, like, when you've pressured someone enough to tell the truth and get the truth out of them versus when you've pressured someone enough to just say whatever you want, right? And that's what I'm saying with Cersei in this whole, like, she actually thinks Marjorie is doing something. I think she actually thinks Marjorie is guilty of something.
For sure. I agree with that thought.
I think that's a projection because she's like, I would be doing something in this situation. So, of course, Marjorie is doing something.
Well, that's why Cersei thinks this. And I agree.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I think she does as well.
Reason why. But the point is she does. So,
yeah,
if you think she does, and he might be part of it, like, maybe you think you honestly got an honest confession. Again, I think once you start putting words in his mouth towards the end, it's hard to believe that. But
yeah, I don't
there's
believe
a gray area here.
I also just like, all right, Blue Bard has this story. So that's one against all of Marjorie's alibis. Like Marjorie has so many alibis in this equation, right? Like she's never been alone yet. So like in any way, even if the people and they get to this, is it here where they get to the cousin later on? I know I'm skipping ahead, but like I don't.
Well, that was kind of the idea. That was what set Cersei on this whole "let's do it today" plan. Is that we couldn't frame Marjorie because she always has people around. As soon as we're willing to say that her cousins are part of it, now we can just lie about it now, because that's the only that was the thing that we couldn't figure out a way to lie around, basically, and now we figure out a lie for it.
That's the next. That's the next one.
Just say they're doing it too. Fucking kill them all.
So Qyburn cuts the nipple off. The Bard then goes through his whole life story, like everything he's ever done, and I don't know if this is true or not. Like this part was like the first thing that he starts talking about like common things or like current things. Marge would fondle herself while the cousins would go down on him.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
And then she would also, while she played, talk about all the dudes she's taken, right? So like, I don't know if that's not true or not. Like I have no.
Well, no, he would play while she had sex with these other dudes. And some of these dudes we think are very.
Gotcha. I thought she was just talking about like past times.
I don't think it says sing for her while she sated her lust with other lovers.
Sated?
Sated. I think it means like satisfied.
Oh, okay. Again, I was listening.
Yeah.
I was listening, so I thought she said stated.
Oh, stated her lust. Yeah, gotcha. Sated, yeah. So like satisfied her lust with other lovers. The other fun, again, not funny line, but kind of like crazy Cersei line is once the bad torture starts happening, Cersei's like, none of this would be happening to you. Like she's like, the Blue Bard could have lived a great life if not for Marjorie. It's like her scheming forced this on me. She has soiled me with her treachery. It's like, dude, Cersei, you're torturing a guy because you want him to lie for you. How can you blame this on the person that you're literally having him lie about? Again, it's there's
definitely some sort of sociopathic disorder that
it's also like she has to be lying to herself in some aspect that she thinks
I'm sure
that he's guilty of this, that he's actually guilty
she thinks she's the best person alive, Nelson, and we know otherwise as well, right? Like, so
it's just why it's fun to read Cersei.
She's pretty awful. Also, I want to say before we get too far, this is the second nipple that got cut off.
Yeah, that's a good point. Jeff, remember the first?
Yeah.
When?
I was gonna say it's easy to say. Yeah. What fucking?
It's in the show too, so I'm surprised. Jeff, this one is not in the show, but the other one is. So I'm surprised Jeff doesn't remember.
I mean, I know the other one, obviously.
No, I don't remember.
Unsullied.
Yeah, proving how they don't feel pain.
I was thinking of a Dothraki cutting a nipple, but yeah.
Actually, this is maybe the third one, and because if you want to count Biter chewing that lady's boobs off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now give us the list of people that sated with Marjorie.
Original. The original list was Sir Talad the Tall, Lambert Turnberry, Jalabar Zoe,
disciple.
the Red Wine Twins, Lambert Turnberry?
No, Talad the Tall.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree.
Gotta be.
The Red Wine Twins, Horace and Hobber, Osney Kettleblack, Hugh Clifton, and Sir Loras Tyrell.
Which, like, I'm not going to shame anybody, but, like, we've heard how atrocious this Horace and Hobber dude have been since book one.
Yeah, Sansa was making fun of him for horror and slobber because they're just gross.
Yeah, like you think that the queen would be like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's like a rude assumption of me to make.
Marjorie likes everybody. She's a people person.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah,
she's a people person.
She's just, but I don't know. It seems like they would be the last two on the list. I guess I don't know, but yeah, exactly. So those names come out, and then Cersei's like, whoa. Some of those people are a little too important for you to be implicating in this. Maybe we cut the Red Wine Twins out, you know?
Yeah, we need their family, so we can't be pissing them off. Loras, we're trying to make him kind of a hero right now, so let's take him off too. Also, he's a little too gay, and anyone who actually knows him would know that this is false. So yeah, keep him off for that reason too. And he's like, okay, fine. And he just like retells the list.
She's like, that's a good first draft, right? Like a good first draft. Take my notes and maybe try again.
Again, it's funny. She's like, she scolds him for saying, you're just listing men you saw with her. We want the truth. And he's like, the truth?
I told you that hours ago upstairs is what he was pretty.
Well, the line says, the truth. Watt looked at her with the one blue eye that Qyburn had left him.
Yeah.
Blood bubbled through the holes where his front teeth had been. I might have misremembered. And then this is where Cersei's like, yeah, leave all that shit out. And he's like, oh, yeah, that is exactly how it went. I remember it now.
Yeah, she's like, Horace and Hobber, take him out. Loras, take him out. Like, I mean, she like goes through and tells him pretty much word by word.
She doesn't say it like that. I'm not saying it makes sense.
I think she's coaching him up for sure.
Oh, for
sure. She 100% is coaching up, but the way she says it, again, kind of still implies that she could be lying to herself. She's like, Horace and Hobber never were part of it, were they? Right? You know what I mean? It's more like how it's I think it's illegal to do this type of like interrogation with like very leading questions like in the real world. And I think that's exactly what she's doing. She technically is questioning him still, but it's just very clear what the answers to be.
It was good by the book until here, I think. I think this is where it went off the rails.
I don't know. I think she's still.
I'm kidding. The nipple cut off, the beat up on the way here. That's where it went off the rails. I was making a joke. The torture.
Yeah. Let's keep rolling. We got like halfway through. So she got a good list of guys. Once she got out Loras and everybody else, she didn't want to smear the hero's name. And Blue Bard, when we call your ass for trial, you better sing that song up on the witness stand because we're gonna need you. And don't change your fucking story. Stick with it.
And then he's like, what about after that? He's like, well, if you're good, you can go to the wall. Kyle, what are the odds of this?
0.
Like, I think Cersei honestly thinks this in the moment, but like come time, Qyburn will be like, if you send him to the wall, he's gonna talk about what we did.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, yeah, okay, yeah.
A lot of things can happen from here to the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, push him overboard.
Yeah, it's her giving herself an out. I think I'm not being that awful. That's like her internal monologue. I think for all this stuff.
Because there were a few parts we went over it, but there were a few parts in there where she was like, it's hard to look at.
Yeah,
it's hard, like she was like, I wanted to like turn away, but I forced myself to look because I'm a queen. But it's like
Tywin would
again,
look.
it's weird. It's what she says, but yeah. So he says, wrap him up. Poppy for the pain. I think that's again an interesting. Like now you've got what we want. Now you're gonna get the carrot, right? You got the stick. Keep singing that song. We'll give you the milk of the poppy. We'll do as best right by you as we can now. That you
get some veneers in there, a little eye patch.
Yeah.
All right. So she goes back to her room. While she's getting there, she also thinks back to Maggie the Frog's prophecy. And he's like, "Ha! Piss on you. Marjorie's going down. Not me. Call an ambulance."
but not for me.
I think this is a super interesting quote because it's one of the things I don't want Cersei to say. I hate how much I say again. I start sentences with again all the time. I notice it when I'm doing records.
Yeah, it's bad. Be better.
I say, and I've never said it the first time, so why am I saying again? But
again, you wanted to right there. It was on the tip of your tongue.
I did
again.
So I think it's interesting that with this whole Maggie the Frog thing, she only mentions it once, and I'm glad that it's not dropped 20 times throughout the chapter.
That's your biggest pet peeve with George.
I think she does it a few times here. With this one, she does like, it's all for Tommen. I think she drops it like 3 or 4 times in this chapter. Everything I do for Tommen. I'm glad she doesn't drop something similar about Maggie. But again, like I said in the last chapter, how much of what she does is influenced by Maggie of this prophecy?
Everything.
Right? With Tyrion, with Marjorie. Is she even doing this crazy plan if not for this prophecy? And that's what this quote says.
I don't know if she thought much about it until Joffrey died. I'll say that. Like, I don't know if it, like, maybe when Melara died, she was like, ooh, that's suspicious. But then, like, everything seemed to be going kind of well with her. Maybe when she actually married the king, she's like, oh, fuck, this is getting hairy. And then, oh, shit, I only had 3 kids. Oh, fuck. Like,
that makes sense. She's taking it more seriously the more dominoes fall into place, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
But she's also kind of had pretty good luck until Joffrey choked.
Yeah. Well, Joffrey choking kind of fulfills a few of them, right? Because part of it was 3, you'll have 3 crowns, 3 shrouds, right? Which we were saying last time implies all 3 will be crowned. Joffrey dying is shroud number 1 and crown number 2, right? Because that is what him dying is what crowns Tommen. So now Tommen dying would, I don't know if technically it would crown Marcella, but we know that that's kind of happening on its own in Dorne anyway.
I was gonna say, yeah, Marcella's kind of been crowned, yeah.
Yeah. So when she gets back, Taina's waiting for her. Cersei's like, hey, like I gotta sleep, but I also don't want to dream. I'm kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place with that one. Did Taina want to diddle Cersei here? Was that
no? But Cersei's projecting again. Cersei's doing what Cersei does. She's projecting. So Cersei's like, Taina gave the same advice Pycelle did last chapter. She's like, wine will help you sleep. And Cersei's like, will you pour me some? And she's like, Taina says, if it please you, that's all I desire. And Cersei says, liar.
Bullshit.
She knew what Taina desired. So be it. If the woman was besotted with her, that would help her. Cersei's crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
If the woman was besotted with her, that would help ensure that she and her husband remain loyal. In a world so full of treachery, that was worth a few kisses. She is no worse than most men. At least there is no danger of her ever getting you a child. Again, if you want to break this prophecy, fuck somebody that can get you a child. You're not married anymore. Like, is that treason?
Yeah, have number 4.
Is that treason at this point? I don't even think so, right? Like, who has a problem with that? As long as it's not Jamie. People would have a problem with that, but just have like another baby.
I feel like most people.
You just broke the books.
There you go. Have a baby.
I feel like they still have an issue with out of marriage. I think you got to get married quick. And
she's a queen, man. She can make whatever rules and laws she wants. She can say, "I got married last night." You know, like
you could make a law, but people would still be turning your eye. It's not like they would just accept the law.
I mean, there's papers out there that say she banged her brother, and
well, there's difference between rumors and her having a kid and then being like, "Nope, it's okay now." Like type of thing, like whatever. It's not. It's a very minor topic. So
she's got 9 months to write a law.
Yeah. All right. So they get a bath, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta shield Tom." And when all this shit goes down, all of his buddies are getting locked up.
They bathe together.
Yeah.
Again, it's something when I listened to it, I didn't realize. Like I thought, like Cersei was taking a bath and Tana's sitting there.
Yeah, she got it.
Cersei's sitting in Tana's lap. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not weird. I guess these two are kind of like in like a romantic relationship at this point. But like,
it's still kind of
sometimes I forget that. I guess, and it's like, what are you guys doing? But yeah, I guess if they're in a romantic relationship, it's not that weird.
This is part of where my Taina theory comes from. I guess is that she does seem. I don't want to say promiscuous, but like her and Orton seem to have kind of an open-ish relationship. She doesn't seem to have any qualms about this. Taina.
Yeah, no, I think she's on board.
She's not like, oh, my husband, or like any of that. So it seems like this is like, it's fine if this is their deal, but it seems like it might be their deal. I guess that's what I'm saying. So like her asking for some of this moon tea, like seems like it could be her. Why not, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like clearly her and Orton aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, super, super close. I think the her and Orton relationship is a big question though. Like it seems that they're not super, super close, but like if she is plotting like crazy, you think he might be a little bit more in on it than aware. But I mean, this dinner makes it seem not at all. Like he doesn't.
But I don't even say super close. I mean just open, and like they means that they don't have to only be with with each other.
I think Orton was more like, I like you, Taina. Like, I need a wife. Come on over. You can do whatever you need to do, but like, I need a wife. So that's you.
Yeah.
Well, and if she's saying, hey, stay out of my way, I'm gonna make you hand eventually. And then
I mean that's a pretty good deal. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that too. So we gotta shield Tommen, and we gotta get one of those cousins to flip. That's the key. Yeah. But which one? And Alla, A-L-L-A. Is that? Yeah. That's what I wrote in notes. I don't know.
Yeah, Kyle. What are the other two's names? They say it later, but only one.
Mega.
And Eleanor.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did look at my notes again. I'm sure there are theories on why Alla is the.
She was the youngest and shyest, right? Like you probably think you can just interrogate and.
Well, Cersei says, "Isn't that the shy one?" Which makes sense. And Alla's like, or Taina's like, "Well, really, she seems shy, but she's pretty sly." But again, I looked at my notes. I don't really have anything to distinguish them apart. I mean, Eleanor, I think, is betrothed to somebody. Besides that, the other two are like we've seen them with different people at different points, but nothing that like jumps off the page is like, "Oh, this is why she picked Alla" to me. So I'm sure there are theories about there, but I didn't see anything.
They didn't seem like individuals to me. It was just like the three cousins, right? Like they were just like amorphous, like they were there. So that was, I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to fall into that trap with the Kettleback twins. You know what I mean? That'll get you fucked up sometimes.
What do you mean?
Who's fucking Cersei? You know what I mean?
All of them.
One of them.
Kettleback twins.
I guess Kettleback brothers.
There's three brothers.
None of them. I don't think any of them are twins. Yeah, brothers.
I thought all three of them were in on her.
I mean, they're all definitely
in her pocket.
They're all playing around her. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Osmond is one Tyrion says, and Jamie keeps thinking about. Osney is the one in this show.
Okay, this new one. Okay, this might be his first try. Okay, I got you.
Yep. So also, Osney, we know he'll confess. He'll do his job. We're gonna have to persuade the others.
Yeah. So we got Blue Bard. He'll confess.
Which that's the other guys, right? The other like Tal the Tall and whatnot is how I took it.
Yeah, exactly. But she's playing out the trial. We got Blue Bard. He'll confess. Alla, that'll be big. Huge inside confessor witness. Osney, that'll be big. He's a perpetrator. And exactly like Jeff said, all these other guys, Tal the Tall, Lambert Turnberry, Jalabarzo, we got to get them to confess. They will, basically, it seems like she's saying that we're going to say, if you don't confess, you're going to die. If you do confess, you'll go to the wall. And then hopefully that just gets some of them to confess. She thinks that might work on Jalabarzo, probably not the rest, but Qyburn might be able to
convince them.
Which doesn't make sense. Like, why would Jalabarzo want to do that?
The way I take it is he doesn't really think he's ever going to be able to take his land back in the Summer Island.
But why would he be like, oh, hell yeah, the wall sounds way more attractive than hanging out here.
It's that or death. Well, no, it's not hanging out here anymore. It's that or death. So he's just like, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to be in the best situation possible. The rest of these guys are knights and might actually take like the honorable way out. Like, no, I'm not confessing to something I didn't do. Is kind of how I read that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, she fell asleep. She has another dream. She's back in the black cells, and the Valonqar is biting her nipples.
Read that, Jeff.
It proved a waste of breath. As ever, the gods were deaf. Cersei dreamt that she was down in the black cells once again. Only this time, it was her chained to the wall in place of the singer. She was naked, and blood dripped from the tip of her breast where the imp had torn off her nipples with his teeth. "Please," she begged. "Please, not my children. Do not harm my children." Tyrion only leered at her. He was naked too, covered with coarse hair that made him look more like a monkey than a man. "You shall see them crowned," he said, "and you shall see them die." Then he took her bleeding breast into his mouth and began to suck, and pain sawed through her like a hot knife.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Dream? I don't know. I mean, it's just her guilty conscience, the Valonqar knocking on the door.
Yeah, weird George nipple things again. Weird George sucking on boobs. Reminds me of Sam sucking Gilly's milk, but here's Tyrion sucking Cersei's nipple blood. So, yeah, good on you, George, for getting that in there. She wakes up. She's like, it's a bad dream. She's in Taena's arms. Taena's like, why does the door frighten you so much? And she's like, well, you don't understand. There's this prophecy when I was 10. Maggie the Frog said I was going to die. She tells the whole story, and she thinks she could still hear Melara Heatherspoon insisting that if they never spoke about the prophecies, they would not come true. I have a little bit more of this quote, but let's stop there. I think this is a super crazy, a great quote. This is one of these quotes. It's a one-liner you can just think about forever, right? Like if Cersei forgot this, how much of this is like self-fulfilling? Like I feel like the trope is self-fulfilling prophecies, right? Like the only way it comes, and I think I've quoted this all the time too. It's one of those one-liners that I feel like you can think about a ton. Is Mira with Bran at one point says, "What's the point of sending a prophecy if not to try and make it happen or try and stop it?" Right? There's just no point. So I think those like these two kind of together, like a forgotten prophecy can't come true, and what's the point of sending a prophecy? Like kind of go hand in hand. Is like if you forget it, then yeah, there is no point in sending it. You forgot it, but
it's a good thing Cersei forgot, right?
Clearly not.
I mean, she keeps telling herself, "Well, yeah, I didn't say anything about this ever." So, but yeah, the whole idea was to just fucking forget about it.
Always there in the back of my mind. To be fair, it's hard to forget this thing when Melara dies.
Yeah,
I think so. That's one of the interesting parts. Is this is what Melara said. Melara Heatherspoon is the one that insisted that if they forgot, it wouldn't come true. And the rest of this quote goes, "She was not so silent in the well, though. She screamed and shouted." Now this is back to Cersei talking to Taena. "Tyrion is the Valonqar," she said. "Do you use the word Emir? It's High Valyrian. It means little brother." She asked Septa Saranella about the word after Melara had drowned. So I think this is a super interesting quote. Kyle was kind of up in the last Cersei chapter. You had said like the one big mystery for you, at least for this dream, was what's up with Melara Heatherspoon. I think we get a lot of information in this like short little quote I read.
Do we?
It's interesting to me that she was able to scream in the well, but then she drowned. Right? Like
yeah. I'm still very confused about this.
I feel like if she landed in the well, but she could be screaming, they probably could have got her out.
Yeah, or did Cersei do it?
I almost thought Cersei pushed her.
I don't know if we learn any more about this than this, but I will say that I think the fan thought is Cersei did it, and I think I get that from this because
I definitely get that from this. Like,
so I think one of the things that's kind of hidden in this quote is to use that word in Mir, and then it says she had asked Septa Saranella about the word after Melara drowned. When do you think Cersei asked about this word? Forget about Melara. Don't give it to me in respect to Melara. In respect to when she got told this crazy prophecy from the witch, and there's only one word in the whole prophecy in a different language. When do you think Cersei asked about this? A month later? A year later?
I don't know how to give you an answer on that. 2 years. I mean, it's a random guess. I don't have any.
I would say even sooner than that. Like the next week, man.
I'm saying the next day. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the question we had in the last chapter, right? The wording was, your death is in this tent tonight or something like that.
Yeah. Death is in the tent with you tonight or something. Yeah.
And I think the two options I thrown out is either you're going to die tonight or the person who's going to kill you is in this tent tonight. I think the fan theory is both kind of implied by this quote that, yeah, Cersei, they're probably running back from this tent. Melara says, like, we just got to forget about this shit and it won't come true. You know what I mean? And Cersei's like, push. Cersei could hear her screaming, which implies Cersei's near the well.
Why did she push her in the well?
We don't know. I think this is all we really get on.
Killing her doesn't really affect Cersei's prophecy, though.
I was gonna say it's kind of the first domino in some of the like if one thing comes true and then another thing, you know, like that's kind of what we're talking about.
So maybe she should try to keep Melara alive.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was asking, like, why would she push her? I'm on the same page, Jeff.
You need to try to get her married really quick. Then that would break the prophecy right there.
The why she pushed her in the Cersei chapter where we get the quote, Melara is like, "Will I marry Jaime?"
That's a stupid reason to push her.
She could have. This bitch is so into my brother.
She could have let her marry Jaime, and that would have broke the prophecy.
Cersei, I think, in her dream state, remember she's watching over in third person. She's like, "You stupid girl, he doesn't even know you exist." Even as like an older woman, she's jealous of Melara asking about her brother. So I think that's enough reason. Plus all this crazy trauma that just happened. Again, I'm not saying she pushed her. I think we don't know for sure. I think the theory is she pushed her because she can hear her screaming.
Yeah.
And then I think this line here that she had asked the Scepter the word after Melara drowned, like I was kind of putting up to you guys, there's no real answer to this. That's why I was hoping everyone would just agree that day, because that's what I would do, I feel like, which implies that Melara not only died in a well, but died soon after the thing, because Cersei didn't ask about the word till after she killed Melara. Jeff's right that it could have been 2 years later till Cersei really started like putting pieces together.
I think you're assuming.
Yeah, but that's what theories are. Making an ass out of all of us.
Why can you assume theories and just pull things out of your ass, but like everybody else needs hard quotes and facts to back up any of their opinions?
I'm telling you my quotes, and I'm telling you where I'm making assumptions that we don't know for sure.
You're feeling. You're having feelings.
Let's go. You're taking too long, Jeff.
I'm not. Yeah, Tyene is like, yo, don't be scared of him. Dreams turn to dust at dawn or when the sun rises. And then she has breakfast with Tommen. And she's like, oh my gosh, what a sweet, innocent boy. Everything I do is keep this kid safe.
He's talking to his fucking cat, Sir Pounce, and like
a lot of
Lady
going
Whiskers.
on with
This poor little dude. Yeah, I know. I just feel
Sir Pounce is getting stuff taken from him.
He's so innocent.
Yeah, his mouse taken from him by Lady Whiskers.
Yeah, and
Cersei is actually kind of nice to him.
She's like, oh yeah, Pounce should fucking kill that bitch, pretty much.
You're not ready. You're not ready to rule yet. I need to get you in shape.
She doesn't make him whip anyone, and she doesn't say she's gonna kill his wife. So on the spectrum, it's very nice.
She's just whipped shit out of the whipping boy.
I don't know. She pretty much tells him like, hey, I'm an awful person, and it's because otherwise we would get eaten by those stronger than us.
Well, then
Sir Pounce must learn to defend his rights. In this world, the weak are always the victims of the strong. That is her definitely like imparting this previous like the whole beginning of the chapter to Tommen, her like 8-year-old kid. Like, well, I had to torture that guy, right? Like that's pretty much what she's saying to this.
I don't know. If Cersei wasn't horrible, I don't know if I would hate this lesson in isolation. You're right that I think you're 100% right in what I think her implication here is, but I think in general saying like, hey, stand up for yourself isn't a bad lesson.
Yeah, I agree.
And Tommen might need a little bit of that.
Yeah, you can't just be a doormat king.
Sounds like he has actually been learning that though. He's standing up to Cersei recently.
Absolutely, Marjorie's teaching him better lessons.
I honestly don't know that she's using it in the sense of himself though. I think she's using it in the sense of herself.
I 100% agree with you that she's
implying
more in
her
reference to
own
be
experience,
horrible and be able to torture people and stuff like that. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in isolation. I don't hate that.
Well, it's not in isolation. It's at the end of the chapter that we just read.
I know.
Well, guess what? Once Loras gets back, I'm gonna learn how to fight with lance and sword, just like him. I'm gonna be the man. And she's like, nope, he's gonna die. He ain't coming back.
He's like, nope, I prayed for him with Marjorie. He's gonna be better. He's like, well, she's like, are you praying today? He's like, oh, I can't. She's going, she has to go by herself to purify herself. And she's like, oh, it's Maiden's Day. First off,
what a holiday.
Maybe first like holiday we ever hear of. Seems more of like a religious thing than like a real holiday that they celebrate.
It is weird that it's now that we're getting it. It's also
Name Day and Maiden Day. Just happened to be today. What a coincidence.
It's also a little weird that kind of what Nelson was saying earlier is that Cersei sprung this whole plan in motion and didn't realize this whole Maiden Day part of it.
And even if what I was actually thinking at this part,
this seems new, right? This definitely seems like a new revelation.
I have a thought.
Go ahead, Jeff.
It's like once every 2 fortnights there's a Maiden Day, right? Because like we know the years aren't a calendar based and season, or we know the years are calendars. Maybe it is a year. But like the seasons are all off and whatnot, so it's kind of weird in that sense. But I'm gonna say it's like, all right, you guys better go to church once a month at least to pray for your maidenhood.
Gotcha. That's possible. We don't know very much about it at all.
Because let's just say if it's really once a year, we don't even know how many days are in this year. We kind of assume that it's 365 like us.
Yeah.
Like it'd be too coincidental if it was just one day in this calendar year versus like once every fortnight or 2 fortnights, right?
I got you, Jeff. Jeff's trying to sprinkle them throughout so that it makes George a little less Deus Ex Machina, Sonic Screwdriver.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I mean, I agree with you, Jeff. I think the main point is that like when the sun doesn't, like when you're not on a seasonal cycle where like a year really means something like in nature, it doesn't make sense to mark holidays that way. It makes more sense to just mark them by like a passage of X number of days.
Sure, no, and I kind of walked that back when saying like I guess they do have years because they have name days, right? It's not like they wait for a winter every time they say that they turn 2. So I stopped my thought there that there is a obviously a yearly calendar, but for again, I'll go back to it'd be too coincidental for it to just happen to be this one day is Maiden Day. I'm gonna say every 4th Sunday is Maiden Day. I don't know. You pick, but
yeah, that's possible. Yeah, we haven't heard much about it. It's weird. Like I feel like the only thing I think that's against that is we've had enough Sansa chapters at this point that just statistically we should have had a Maiden's Day at this point, and she definitely is celebrating.
Well, yeah, we should have had at least one then. Like she should have been there once.
Well, exactly. That makes me think it's probably more than like at least a fortnight or whatever, right? It has to be far enough away that we wouldn't have statistically got one in however many X Sansa days.
Or it just didn't matter until Cersei needed this for her big
so that's when George puts it in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what's the thing about this day? They basically the only maidens are allowed in the Sept. So it's a holy day, not a holiday, which I'm guessing holiday is derived from holy day, but whatever. Holy day. Only maidens are allowed in the Sept. No widows, mothers, whores, or men, lest they profane the sacred songs of innocence. Only virgin maids could. Mother, did I say something wrong? Cersei kissed her son's brow. You said something very wise, sweetling. Now run along and play with your kittens. What did he say wise here, Kyle? To me, it seems like Cersei has a light bulb moment.
Yeah, she definitely does. Yeah,
I mean, it's like here's where we can spring our trap.
How so? What is different? Like, what has just changed for her?
Like, she shouldn't be allowed in here.
She shouldn't be at Maiden Day. She's in breaching on Maiden Day.
For sure. Well, yeah, it's a breach of Maiden's Day, but like Cersei was already springing her trap. What has anything changed or no?
Jeff and I are both on the same page. I think we missed it. I don't know. Because the way I
never understood it till this read through either. But I think I understand what this means now.
It just seemed like she finally kind of put together a piece, like a good place to have this accusation happen. Is what I got here.
Hold on, let me read it because I didn't read it the first time.
Yeah.
Let me go. Let me take a
Go ahead, read. I'll talk about something different to Kyle. This reminds me of a point in Game of Thrones when basically Ned tells Sansa, "We're going back home," and Sansa says, "No, I'm going to marry Joffrey. He's nothing like his stupid drunk father. He has beautiful golden hair." And Ned's like, "Get out." And then he opens his book. Right. The next Ned chapter, he starts reading the book about Baratheon lineages. And that's when he kind of pieces it together because of something Sansa said. So like from the mouths of babes type deal. So I think she put something together that changes her plan is the way I read this. And I never really thought about it till when I was taking notes and I went through.
I can't wait to hear what you say though. I'm really excited. So you better fucking tell us what you're thinking after Jeff's done.
I just want to see if Jeff gets it.
Is it?
I don't think it's crazy, but
in the paragraph of like only virgin maids could, like you should.
I think it's in the rest of the chapter kind of explains it. Like past this, the Osney stuff.
Oh, you have to spill it. I don't.
Before she was going to handle this with the crown. Now she's like, Maiden's Day. She's profaning the Sept. This is a Sept problem now. This is going to clear my name from the whole Tyrell thing because I'm not the one accusing Marjorie. That makes sense. Osney's not confessing to me. He's confessing to the High Septon.
So instead of us judging her, we'll let the High Septon judge her.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Tommen's one that kind of plants that seed here because what she says right before is, men are banned from the sense only virgin maids could. Mother, did I say something wrong? So it's all about lest they profane the sacred songs of innocence, right? Like,
is it fair? Let's be honest. She was married to Renly. Would it be fair for her to not be a maiden? It should be, right? Like it shouldn't be.
Yeah, but they're claiming that's not the case.
Yeah, I know she's here on this day because she is.
Which she probably wouldn't have been married to Joffrey back then if she wasn't a maid, right? So like I understand why they wouldn't have done it, right? So there's no way Cersei would have.
I don't know enough about power and politics. I mean, you get all the same power. I feel like really the Lannisters needed the Tyrells at that point, but I don't know.
It would be a pride thing, not a.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of my favorite part about this stuff is it's like she's like, she's no good. She's an awful person. It's like, but you allowed her to get married to Joffrey and Tommen.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, I mean, wouldn't that have been the time to not do this stuff? Like, I don't know.
The Tommen thing, I guess, is trickier, but the Joffrey one, her answer would have been, it wasn't up to me. Tywin was forcing my hand and everything. I was out of control of my entire life because Tywin was alive.
Yeah, but she thinks Tywin is like the best person that ever lived and the smartest dude and had only the greatest plans. So this runs counter to her reality is all I'm saying.
I don't know. Like, yes, I agree. She liked the way Tywin did things. I don't think that means she agreed with what Tywin did. I think she liked the fact that Tywin did whatever the fuck he wanted without the way she sees it. Tywin did whatever the fuck he wanted and no one could stop him. And she's like, I'm just going to do that too. Her problem with Tywin when he was alive is sometimes she wanted to stop him and he just overruled her. And she's like, now I can do that. So I will type thing. But yeah.
Either way, it seemed like she didn't have this horrible of a thought of Marjorie until now.
Well, and I think part of what Jeff was saying earlier makes me think this is part of it is the prophecy is now snowball affecting, right? Like it seems to be more of it's happening. So, okay, fuck, we got a beautiful young queen. What Cersei said earlier, she's like, she's young. She's not as beautiful as me though. Like, fuck her. She's going down. But like, again, this part of the prophecy is futile, kind of like Jeff said earlier. Like, there's always going to be a younger, I think you said this in the last Cersei, one of you guys did. There's always going to be a younger queen. That's just how like monarchy
time.
Yeah.
And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So
yep. So Osney, we need him now.
Up. Come on up, Osney. I got another task for you. Good job on the last one, but this one's gonna be a real doozy.
Yep. What's the last one? Not Jeff. Kyle. Jeff, don't say it. I don't think it's been spelled out yet. It's been implied so far, but I don't think it's been spelled out. I think.
Do me valiant servants. I don't remember what Osney did. I don't know what he's done. I don't remember.
I also sometimes get the 3 Kettle Blacks confused. So
me too.
Because Osmond did something to get the white cloak, right? Which is different than.
Probably, but I think that was before we had Cersei chapter, so I don't think we know anything about that. Jeff, what you're thinking of, I think Osney did.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's more than a theory.
We'll talk about it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the spoiler section.
Fuck. I'm bummed.
It doesn't really matter, and I think that's kind of why George made it vague.
Yeah, I just forget what it was.
You did a valiant service, but this one's gonna be trickier, or this one's gonna be harder.
I already got something hard for you. Great line.
Osney, in a second here, he drops a crazy
he's fucking
confession.
tool, man. This guy's nuts.
Yeah, he's crazy.
So, and you need to confess. You need to tell the High Septon you have bedded the queen.
Yep, exactly.
And he's like, what? I didn't get it done yet, though. I'm still working. I can't even get in the room by myself with her. How am I supposed to... I didn't do that.
Was Osney involved with the Stokeworth stuff at all?
Stokeworth stuff?
Like Lady Tanda and...
No,
okay.
Nope.
Lollies.
Focus up, Kyle. You're not going to get it.
I am focused up. I'm already focused up.
You're thinking too much about what Osney might have done.
Yeah, I am.
Think about what Osney's about to do.
I know what happened here.
Don't worry. You're going to just tell the High Septon. You can lie. You've done it before. You're good at it.
She does this whole, like, I know how guilty you must feel. Like, this getting this weight off your chest. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't, like I know you're a good knight. You want to tell him all about how you bedded Marjorie and all the cousins. And he's like, what? Like,
and all the cousins.
Like, well, not Allah. Like, again, Cersei here, she's like, not Allah, Cersei decided. She decided that would be best. It's like, no, Taina decided this for you earlier.
We knew that 10 pages ago.
It's like Cersei is just like, she wants to claim everything as her own idea to the point where, like, the whole point of Inception is like, how can we plant an idea in somene's brain? It's like, you literally just walk up to Cersei and just say it to her, and she'll turn around and be like, I just had this great idea. To the next person as if it's 100% her own. So, like,
I think there was a cartoon about it's Timon and Pumbaa, I think. Pumbaa's always giving Timon ideas and I got it type of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't know. There's a lot of kind of verbiage. I think it's a good combo, but he comes back like, look, I got a lie to the High Septon. Like, this is no joke. This is the real deal here. I've never done a lie on this level.
What? Yeah, don't skip Nelson's drop here.
Kyle, do you know what I'm talking about? You can say it.
Yeah, he says usually if I lie about some woman, it's me saying how I never fucked them, and them saying how I did.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Usually it's rape accusations,
and he's saying I did them because I'm lying about not doing them. Like they're saying this guy fucked me, and I'm saying no, I didn't. No, I didn't. So he's literally saying like, oh, normally when I'm lying about fucking, it's me lying about how I didn't rape somebody when really I did.
Or it's like paternal stuff where it's like, no, those aren't my kids. I never had sex with her. Yeah, same idea.
Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're horrible. And like, why would you say like? Even if you are that horrible, why would you ever say that out loud?
Because he is that horrible.
I feel like I've read this 2 or 3 times, and I've always just read over that line and never thought twice about it. I always thought it was
I didn't think about it when I was listening to it. I didn't think about it, but
I always thought it was like him just saying like he fucked.
I might have had it. I might have had it backwards. Yeah.
He's like, I never had it done this way, where I'm like saying I did bang some chick that I didn't bang. Usually.
I kind of thought he was.
I thought he was like boasting. He's like, oh, I banged this like super hot chick when he never really had type thing. But like, no, that's exactly like what basically Cersei's telling him to do now is say you banged Marjorie when you never did. And he's like, no, normally it's the opposite where I'm saying I didn't rape somebody.
The only other thing I would say is that he was kind of boasting about his like reputation as a banger. That like everybody wants to be banged by me, so that they claim it even though I didn't. That would have been like my only other thought other than the graping thought.
But he's not. He's not fancy enough for that, you know. Like we haven't heard the songs about how pretty Osney is, and like how
we haven't heard about him raping girls either. But
well, that's true. I mean,
more believable.
He's
I'm
dodged all the charges on that.
I was just giving another thought. You could shoot it down. Sure. It's fine. It's flying.
Like we haven't heard about how amazing Osney is and how beautiful he is and how everybody wants to be with him. That's
haven't heard about how bad he is in bed.
Hey, I give Kyle the benefit of the doubt. Jeff can give Osney the benefit of the doubt.
I don't. I mean,
okay.
Jeff's an Osney fan. Everybody just write it in their books.
I don't care.
Jeff,
I want everybody to come at him in the comments. All right, now let's keep going.
I don't care about Osney at all.
Let's keep going.
And he's like, well, the best lies have a little bit of truth to them. It'd really help if I actually did sleep with the queen.
Yep, exactly. And she's like, she wanted to slap him. But she's like, you know what? It's all for Tommen.
I think if anything tells you how gross this dude is, it's how quick he was like, well, I guess we got to bang to have some truth in here. He turned this into some...
I mean, he came in with a boner. He was ready to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he kind of like raped her here. She's like, in an hour. And he's like, no, now. And just like kind of forces it.
Yeah, he like rips her clothes off. Yeah, it's really all fucked up. Yep. Yeah, dude's...
none of that.
She's in over her head on this one, it feels like.
She wasn't prepared.
This feels like...
for this,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and he's like, you can leave the crown on or whatever. It's kind of hot.
Take everything off, leave the crown on.
That's the end of the end of the chapter, right? I could see her being like, up to this point of the chapter, she's like, I'm in control, I'm in control, I'm in control. Bam, just like that, I'm not in control, and oh boy.
Yeah, this might be a little bit of an eye-opening moment for her, where it's a little slipping.
You guys are talking about basically the whole point that we don't get her reaction to this. We get Osney's action and not her reaction. Yeah. Just in case anybody who didn't read isn't quite understanding what we're saying there. Yeah. Gotcha. I think it's a good point. Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
Cool. I mean, that's really my kind of some synopsis forecast is like this is her first like kind of slip, and she isn't in complete control. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of realization of she doesn't have it as under her thumb as she thinks she does. Hopefully.
Okay, well, don't be so vague. What's gonna fucking happen?
What's gonna happen? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Say Osney leaves here and goes to the High Septon and says, "Hey, I fucked Marjorie. What happens tomorrow?" What do you mean? What do you mean? Instead of
what do you mean? I mean,
this is a bad idea for Cersei. Like you fucking dipshit. No, what do you mean? Grow up.
Call me a dipshit. We're at episode like 250, man. You can't be doing that.
I didn't hate the prediction. I hated when I was like, but okay, I mean, be less vague, and you're like, what do you mean be less vague? And then really all you're saying is this is a bad idea.
Well, I didn't know what you meant on that side. So like, you're saying what happens with the plot tomorrow is different than how this event.
This is a bad idea. Is a vague prediction.
No. I didn't mean that. I meant more of like this is maybe Cersei kind of touching on reality, and maybe it's going to happen a couple more times before she kind of gets a full dose of it. The cracks are forming is what I meant by that. But so that's not great of a prediction for the plot. That's for sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we see Marjorie dead here. I still think Loras comes home and like, I know he's not implicated by this story, but like can vouch for. I think not the red wines. The Tyrells are smarter than this.
So that was the thing we didn't talk about is I think timeline. The only mention is at the very beginning. She says 3 days ago I told
timeline doesn't matter
to keep Giles alive. That was the day. The day she told Pycelle to keep Giles alive was the day we got the news of Loras. You got to assume, like I said, Dragonstone's 2 days away. We're getting daily news. First off, she mentions at one point she wanted to act fast before Marjorie decided to go back to Highgarden, which is just stupid. Why Marjorie's the queen? Yeah. Why would she go to
Why
Highgarden?
would she go there while it's under attack too?
Yeah, exactly. Or she was afraid that Marjorie would go to Dragonstone, which actually makes sense. Like I said, I think both Cersei and Marjorie should have been to Dragonstone already to either confirm or...
If only they had a dragon.
Decide. It's only 2 days sail. So either way, I think that's interesting, but you got to assume they have very up-to-date news on Dragonstone by Raven, if nothing else at this point. It's been 3 days. So Loras is still alive 3 days later. We heard his wounds were pretty bad. So just kind of an interesting on the what's up with Loras thing.
Lancel almost died from a shoulder poke, so you know it's real.
Yeah, that's true. Cersei almost killed Lancel.
She did.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, did I cut you off, Kyle? Were you saying anything else?
Of course you did.
I don't remember.
Okay, sorry.
It's points gone. No, it's all right. I think we're good. I think we touched on as much. I mean, I just don't think. I think that the other people are too smart for this.
So in a week from now, what's going on in King's Landing?
We won't know because we're going to be out of chapters by then, and we're going to be waiting for Winds of Winter.
Well, that's the point of asking you for predictions.
What do I think is going to happen in Winds of Winter?
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the book.
I don't fucking know, man. George doesn't even know. How am I supposed to know if George doesn't know yet? You're going to send this to him so he writes a book for me? No, I'm just kidding.
Come on, what's going to happen in 2 days?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, like, these Kettle Black dudes seem pretty loyal. So I think he's going to go through with this part. I just don't see it. Like, I don't see the evidence there, right? There's nobody but them. And I don't think these other dudes are going to be on board. I don't think, like, even Jalabar or Zoe or whatever is going to be on board.
Okay, so you're saying Osney's going to go confess, which starts the whole trial process, but not everything else isn't going to work out as cleanly as Cersei said, or is thinking.
Yes, that's what I'm saying now.
Okay, roger that. Cool. Just trying to pin your predictions down a little bit. We'll see Kyle in the next one for...
The Princess in the Tower? I honestly don't know who this is.
Oh,
Rapunzel.
Give a guess.
I mean, so like Sansa's up top, kind of. Right?
Oh, yeah, Sansa is
Marjorie is the other one. Otherwise, we don't really have many princesses around, right?
Yeah, that'd be badass. I like it. Who knows? We'll find out in the next one. It's a long chapter. I'll say that.
Or what's her name? What's her name? Hang on. What's her name?
I don't know.
Daenerys.
No, Sansa's fake name.
Elaine.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
All right. Yep. All right. We'll see Kyle in the next one for The Princess in the Tower. We'll see the rest of you guys in the spoiler section. Bye, Kyle.
Bye.
Later, nerds.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle.
Thanks for hanging out with us. See you on the next one for The Princess in the Tower. Nelson, what's your hot takes?
Oh, fuck. I should have brought this up in the non-spoiler section. I have a huge problem with this chapter. Dawn happens twice.
Dawn happens twice.
You know how I always look out for Dawn? When she's with the Blue Bard.
I have a big Dawn thing for sure.
Listen to this. When she's with the Blue Bard, by dawn, the singer's high blue boots were full of blood. Then she goes back up to Taina.
And then she's back to Taina, and their nights
and
ruined.
It says it's halfway between dusk and dawn. Halfway between dusk and dawn.
Well, it says the light ruins their talk or whatever.
Yeah, so there's 3 dawn drops. So the first one is by dawn, the singer's high blue boots were full of blood. This is in the torturing section. Just they torture him overnight. By dawn, they're full of blood. Then when she goes up to Taina, it says it was the black of night. Taina was still awake. The other handmaids were asleep. It was halfway between dusk and dawn. And then this is the part you're talking about, I think, Jeff. Dawn was breaking over King's Landing when they climbed from the tub. The queen's skin was white and wrinkled from her long immersion.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't spend a day in the tub, so
why are there two Dawns? Is it a George fuck up? It probably is, but like this second one is
the first one was dusk, right? The first one had to be dusk, the blood in the boots.
By
when
dusk,
it got dark,
the singer's high blue boots.
Because they had dinner, right? They went from dinner, which probably still had some sun, to dusk. All right, sun went down, and then she beat the shit out of him for 8 hours, and then got in the tub with Taina, and then here comes dawn.
Okay, yeah, maybe typo. The second quote though, like, dawn was breaking over King's Landing when they climbed from the tub. The queen's skin was white and wrinkled from her long immersion. White
Sounds
skin, like, dawn.
Yeah. You know what it reminded me of is Melisandre getting out of that tub without her necklace trinket.
It's a show only thing. But yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was weird that there's two Dawns. Definitely leave comments. What do you guys think? Why are there two Dawns?
Yeah, I didn't think much about her getting out the maybe she becomes a white, right? And that's the end. At that dawn, she's another. Is that what you're saying with her white, wrinkly skin?
Yeah, exactly. That when dawn, because it says dawn was breaking over King's Landing when they climbed from the tub.
The one I like, I think, has more to play with other than just Cersei becoming a white. Which, I mean, at some point, I think probably half the people become a white, right? Like people got to die and join that army for it to be more interesting, maybe. Dreams turn to dust
in the light of day.
In the light of day. I'm kind of inferring dawn as the light of day.
Oh yeah, it's good. I didn't think about it like that. Dreams turn to dust and dawn. Yeah,
dreams turn to dust at dawn.
That line perks me up just because dreams seem to be so important in these.
Dreams
books.
Become super important, right? And it as I'm thinking it through, it gives me the you were talking about it in the non-spoiler. You know, the prophecy is there for you to either work against it or work towards it, right?
Yeah.
So these dreams are making these people do things, right? But then
come dawn, come the long night, like once the big battle happens, all that shit's out the window, doesn't matter. That's what it's all leading up to at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't even know if I like it, but that's kind of what it's
yeah, I mean, that quote perks me up because dreams are a big thing in this series. But to your point, yeah, like so far, most theories of what people have, like why are they sending these dreams, why are these dreams happening, has something to do with Bloodraven, Long Night type stuff normally.
Yeah, glass candle.
Yeah.
Tell me what Osney did. I forget. I didn't remember.
Killed the first High Septon for Cersei. The one that got killed before the High Sparrow that elevated. Yeah, I was confused. For a second, I thought that was Osmond. I don't
even remember what the third Kettle Black's. What's the third Kettle Black brother's name? I don't even remember.
Osfrid, and he is now the commander of the Gold Cloaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have much else. I do like the Taina that we got eyes on her. She's playing the game.
I think her and Orton are out. See ya. Never see him again.
Really?
We might see her a little bit in the next Cersei chapter, but yeah, they're about to like Cersei's like when she's locked up, she's asking for him. So let's continue on the Osney train.
Well, when she gets locked up, I think that's. Do you think they're working for Marjorie?
How did she get locked up? Do you remember that?
How does Cersei get locked up? Osney goes and confesses that he actually slept with Cersei, which he does at the end of this chapter, right?
Well, he goes and says, "I slept with Marjorie."
Okay.
And then what? How does that get? How does Cersei get locked up from that?
They interrogated him. And
exactly.
Lancel's like, I slept with the queen.
That's a good point. Lancel might have a part of it. I wasn't thinking that. I think what we hear is that the High Sparrow tells Cersei, like, yeah, Osney came and he confessed that he slept with Marjorie. I've never seen someone ever come and confess to something like that so openly. So we question him a little bit. And then we got the truth from him eventually. And that's why I was pushing on with Kyle, like, okay, like, you can torture the Blue Bard. At one point, do you get the truth, and at what point are you just getting whatever you want to say? Because what we find with Osmond is, I think he's been whipped pretty, like he's been strung up and whipped really, really bad.
Osney.
What did I say? Osmond.
Osmond.
Yeah, Osney. I think he's been strung up and whipped pretty, pretty bad. And basically, he's like, "That's the queen I like." When they open the door and he sees Cersei, like, "That's the queen I fucked. That's the queen I fucked." And I think he confesses also to killing the previous High Septon. So like, yeah, he got tortured to a way that we would all agree is not okay. But it seems like all they got from him was just the truth. He showed up lying, and it took a little torture to get the truth out. But
but how do you know if, like, so he shows up lying, the Blue Bard showed up telling the truth. How do you differentiate that?
Well, that was kind of what I was pushing on that a little bit in this chapter, because I think in a few chapters we'll get Cersei 10. There is a Cersei 10. And that's when that scene comes up, and I think I'll in the non-spoiler, I'll call back to Kyle and be like, and also I think that's what George is doing. I think that's part of the reason we see some of the Blue Bard torture here is because, especially with the whole Moon Tea thing, I think George is making it like unclear what is going on. For some reason, nobody thinks Marjorie was actually sleeping with anybody. Like, if I said, what % chance do you think? But the Moon Tea, I don't know. Like, what do you think? The Moon Tea is weird. What do you think?
I mean, I gave pretty much all my thoughts earlier. I think if it is for Marjorie, it's to do something else. It's like
a headache
milk of the poppy
cramps
type
or
of
something.
thing. It's like, all right, just a drop and you can relieve your cramps type of thing. Or,
gotcha.
I don't. It has to do something with the menstrual cycle, right? Because of Plan B type of thing. So
I never looked too much into it. I always, I guess, just on a glance of like high level knowledge of what kind of I think the fandom thinks. Again, maybe Kyle's theory is a popular theory. I've always thought like, one of the cousins.
I'm more on the side that it's a cousin. It's a cousin is getting with the knight and It might even be the one that's betrothed, right? Isn't one betrothed to an actual knight? They're just starting the party.
Yeah, Eleanor, exactly. So maybe they're just
starting the party early. Would be my guess.
That was honestly what I was thinking too. So that would be my normal guess. And Marjorie's honestly, like, everything else was true. She's asking not her own maester, Pycelle, because she doesn't want it to get back to her dad or whatever. Because again, it's all still in the family, so we don't want that. That kind of makes sense to me. Again, I don't know if that should. I feel like it's probably even more so in the Middle Ages than nowadays, but. That was kind of my
let me
thought
just
on
do
it,
another minute on Taina, because like Kyle's more so on the fact that Taina is like a third party working it, and I think she's playing Cersei and is Team Marjorie.
I kind of like Kyle's thought because I think there is a major and maybe.
But for what? If they're gonna run away, for what?
I'm getting there. I think there is a major theory that Taina and Meriwether are actually working for Varys and Team Fagon, which kind of would make them the third party out of the whole Cersei and Marjorie deal.
Which goes into Varys creating chaos because we're not ready yet. Okay, exactly. I'll buy that. I'd buy that more so than them being like an independent contractor with their own foot in the game. Yeah,
exactly. That I have a problem with that because Orton doesn't seem capable enough to do that, and even if Taina is capable enough to do that, like witty enough, she doesn't. It's tough for a woman. Again, it's tough for like the lady of the house to be able to do that.
She's not in the position to do it all, which she needs Orton's influence. But her saying that she would take care of the cousin, Alla, which I don't even know if we ever meet Alla or have a conversation with Alla.
I don't think there's any major theories. Again,
that was a red flag.
If I Google Alla Tyrell and go down some deep forums, there are some deep theories on it. But like at a first glance, I looked it up. Like, seems like there's nothing super crazy about any of these cousins that stick out. Like, why is Alla in particular here? Does it actually matter? Is Taina just throwing something out so that Cersei like kind of tells all these plans and then Taina's gonna fuck off and like because who at this point like once the accusation is made, it doesn't matter. So at this point, Cersei's gonna show up to trial and be like, Alla didn't do anything. The other two did, and like. Who cares if Taina told Alla, like, hey, you're supposed to be on it? Like, Cersei's just being crazy at this point, you know what I mean?
It just doesn't make sense to me that Cersei's definitely dropped her guard with Taina. Like, Taina's got in there, right? Whether it was from all, like, their canoodling together to just their council, just being friends. But in what world does Cersei not say, like, okay, Alla, like, yep, let me talk to her. Like, bring her to me. Let me talk to her. She definitely would have done that before. So...
That's one of my problems with Cersei too. She goes from like having an idea to playing it out so quick. I get part of it's because it makes
she got this all going in a day.
Exactly, it's all in a day. The whole plan with Osney takes like 2 paragraphs. Like
she started this plan and they didn't even talk to Alla yet. Like Taina just left her bedroom. You know what I mean? Like
Well, and my whole point is the thing that fucks this for her seems to be Osney. Osney show up, confesses, and a few whips to his back. Again, it seems like it's pretty harsh punishment, but he folds pretty quick, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, why would he not? Like, there's no reason for him not to fold.
And that's kind of my point. And anyone's gonna fold at some point of torture, and even if he did, so again, it's the whole torture problem.
And he was a sellsword, right? Like it goes back to him being a sellsword. Like he's gonna flip when the money is right.
Yeah, exactly.
To the highest bidder.
So exactly, she has the idea of that. It seems like she has the idea of let's have Tommen go to the High Septon tonight after Tommen says that at breakfast or whatever. And she immediately goes to her room and within she says, let's do it in an hour. And he says, no, now. And again, we don't see what happens, but it seems like she's okay with it, I think, in the next chapter. I don't think she had a huge problem with it, but I might be wrong. She just doesn't care. She's bang, bang, bang without thinking about things or they should have a sit-down meeting with Osney and be like, okay, here's word for word what you're going to say. What are you going to say? Say it back to me.
I don't know. They probably do, right? Like, if they do bring Qyburn up, you think they would hash it out a bit, but I don't know. I'm not married to that idea.
Well, and the whole, what did Osmond and Qyburn talk about the night before? Like,
again,
Osmond
I don't think Qyburn came up. I think Osmond was banging her.
I mean, that's possible, but we actually haven't heard of Osmond actually banging her. I think we have heard of her banging Osney once before after she killed the High Septon for her.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting stuff.
But yeah, so the only other last point I had here was Tommen's cats.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about Tommen's cats?
I know some of our fans have had... Our fans. Should I call them fans?
Yeah.
Are they our fans? They're book fans. They're not our fans.
I don't mind the term fans because there's so many
they're not our fans.
Creators out there, and then they people they just refer to them like the people that watch their stuff as fans.
Chat.
Fan actually is a shortened term of fanatic.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I don't like the term fanatic. Like I don't think people who watch our stuff are fanatical about us, right?
Yeah. It's not. Exactly. I want to say they're on this ride with us. They're
exactly.
They're participants. A participant in our Discord. Come join the Discord. Had seen one of them was like, yo, what's up with these kittens? Like, they got to do something. And then they said Basilisk Venom, which was just brought up in an Arya chapter, right? Which
exactly
would be, if that's how he dies, that's a pretty wild death. I really do love the show scene when the set blows up and then he just fucking takes off the crown and takes a dip.
Yeah,
just because I wasn't expecting that at all when I saw that.
Yeah, it was so quick, and he stands up there, and you're like, "Wait, what's going on?" And then,
bam.
Yeah. So I know fans like the idea that his cats are going to kill him. I know there's two main thoughts. The one, like you said, Basilisk Venom. The other one is from the same, kind of in the same Arya chapter, more so the next Arya chapter. Arya starts warging
She's gonna
cats.
Warging into him. Yeah.
What if she comes back to King's Landing and wargs into Sir Pounce?
She wargs into the cat and then goes and kills Cersei.
Yeah. Also, I think it's a meme theory. I actually don't know if there's any real theory behind it with any evidence, even in a joking fashion. But I know, I think one of the things that people say in a memeing way is Sir Pounce is Azor Ahai. I think normally they say that when they think someone is going a little too that's something you would say to me when I'm going a little too deep down the theory hole, and you could be like, okay, yeah, and Sir Pounce is Azor Ahai. You know what I mean? Okay, stop going so crazy. Just wait for the next book.
I've heard enough. How the hell is a kitten gonna be Azor Ahai?
That's the point. It's so outrageous. You're being stupid.
Flaming kitten paws.
I'll look it up. For the next time we see Sir Pounce. See if there's anything behind it.
For Cersei 10.
Yeah, that's all I had. Anything else?
No.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see the rest of you guys in the next one for Princess in the Tower. Who is it, Jeff?
Arianne
Martell. See you guys in that one. Bye-bye.
Dude, well, hold on.
Okay.
There's 4 princesses, and Kyle went to Sansa, who's not even close to a princess.
I was thinking that, yeah.
That's all I have.
Yeah,
Marcella, Arianne, Danny, I don't know.
A lot of times I'll point stuff like that out when Kyle's just flat out wrong about something because it's not really contradicting or spoiling him.
The first person he said wasn't a princess.
I didn't want to have that conversation.
Nah.
Yeah. So.
Bye.
You guys.